Hey, it's Tammy, and this is another episode of Where is the Sun? The sun is now in the first day of the Human Design Mandala, Gate 57. And the Gate 57 comes off of your spleen on your chart. It's the bottom or to the left-hand side triangle that's facing inward. There's a couple things I just want to touch on before I go forward. First, when I discuss a gate and the energies, a lot of the times when I talk about it, it's coming from almost what I'm feeling or where I'm at right now. So if it doesn't resonate, it's very possible, like the last one I did last week, is that I'm coming from a different perspective. So I could be coming from the lower side of that gate, and you could be aware and working on the higher side of the gate. So for example, the gate 48, I talked about how it stunts people. It makes people sit and not really move right away because they never think they're prepared for something, when in reality, if they just jumped and did it, they'd be prepared. So the jumping and doing it and being over-prepared portion of that gate is living in the higher energy of that gate. So we're all somewhere in between. If it's in your chart, you have it all the time. If it's the sun moving through certain gates, you're going to feel it ebb and flow. And that's why people with open charts, like a lot of open centers in their charts, they are very wise about energy because they can feel it in different ways. Same thing. I don't have the 48 in my chart, so sometimes I'm going to experience it on the higher side and sometimes on the lower. So a good thing that I tell people to do sometimes, because even tonight I was looking something up and I couldn't find it, so I just got to go with it, is look at the other videos. So if you go, to the top of this page on my YouTube, and put in the number. So if you looked up Gate 57, you'll probably see at least 2 or 3 videos of me talking about the Gate 57. If you watch all of those, which doesn't take very long, I try not to make these long videos, you will get a full picture, or an almost full picture, because energy is always changing, of what the Gate 57 may look or feel like to someone other than me. So I hope that makes sense. Now, the second thing I mentioned, the spleen. If you have an open splenic center on your chart and you don't have any lines colored in around it, you're like fearless. If you have a shaded in spleen, which is a defined spleen, and you have gates off of it that are colored, then those are called fear gates. So I'm going to start with the Gate 57 and say that people that have, or people that are experiencing the Gate 57 right now, may feel fearful about the future. The Gate 57 is very intuitive. I noticed today, it's actually quite funny, I was listening to a new station for music, and every song I listened to today actually spoke to me. The Gate 57 also puts you in tune, and music really can influence you over the next 6 days. I mean, it influences us all the time. The other thing is, if you have the Gate 57 and it's undefined in your chart, which means it's white, then if someone with the 57 comes near you, you're going to pick up on that energy. So anywhere where your chart's white, you take energy in and amplify it out. That being said, the 57 is all about intuition. And you will also notice, if you have the 20 in your chart and you don't have the 57 defined, so the top part of that gate is going to be red or black and the bottom is white, you might find this week that you're blurting out intuitive or things that are in tune, statements or comments, or having ideas. Or you might voice a fear, and it's a fear about something to come. The other thing about the fears of the spleen is they're not real. I always use my son as an example. I have a defined spleen, and I have quite a few of the gates are defined off of it, which means I pulse out this worry energy, this frightened energy. I don't feel it, but it pulses off of me. So my son has completely no definition around or in his spleen. When he moves out of my house, he is going to be fearless. But if you talk to anyone who's known him his whole life, like, he could be 2 years old whenever he started talking, being concerned or worried or frightened or, always cautious. He gets that from me, unfortunately. So the second part of his life is going to be awesome when he moves out. However, he will miss that energy. That gets into a whole splenic conversation about how an open spleen likes a defined spleen, but we won't go there today. So yes, intuition, being very intuitive. If you have it defined in your chart, you probably have a certain way of interpreting your intuition or getting messages or feeling signs, or if it's open, undefined, then you have many different ways that you interpret your intuition. We all have intuition. Some of us exercise it more than others. Some of us trust it more than others. This would be a week to kind of play with it and watch the intuitive process of people around you, or the in tune process of people around you, and also see how much music speaks to you, because it did a lot. When you can find meaning in like the loudest metal song, then it's kind of funny. Not that I couldn't before, but today it kind of just hit me in the head. So that's probably why I'm doing this video, because it said, get back to your business there. So anyway, speaking of business, I am available to do readings. Either I can do a video for you and send you the link to the video, which only you would see, or I still do telephone calls. I'm not doing a lot of in-person stuff anymore. I also do read cards. I can do that if that's something that you're interested in, or if you are more visual and would rather have pictures and read a report, I can do a report like that. I do have to update my website, but right now I'll just honor all the prices that are on there unless I throw up a special. If you have questions, comments, concerns, I'm always watching, and I will answer you as soon as I can. I hope I explained the differences, because, you might think that every time the sun goes through the mandala, it's going to go through the mandala and the exact same things are going to happen. But over time, we become more aware. We gain knowledge. We accept the energy for what it's doing. So every single time can be a little different. You just have to find the pearls in that. My friend used to always talk about finding the pearls, and that's pretty funny. But so yeah, you got to find those little pearls in the way that it's being interpreted. Not every reader or every consultant is going to be the best for every person. So, shop around, look around. If I don't resonate, there's probably people that are on my YouTube page or my Facebook page that you might resonate with. You can go to Karen Parker, her website, and it has a lot of different human design students of hers that are all doing readings now. So don't think that I'm the only one out there. But, if you can vibe with the way I'm going, then let's all enjoy the ride. So have a great night. I will hopefully remember to do this in 6 more days. Again, you can reach out to me in any of the forums listed in my comments, or my description, wherever it is. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.